on, you guys. We have a test on Hamlet tomorrow. We better get going.
You know, really was a good idea for us each to take a section like this. That way we don't have to read the whole thing.
Yeah, it was. Why don't you start, Alyssa? You've got the first part.
Well, the King of Denmark, whose name was Hamlet, has just died. His son, whose name is also Hamlet, was away at school when he heard the news. He took it really hard because he loved and admired his father. But when he got home, his grief was turned into total disillusionment. Before his father had been a month in the grave, his mother had married his uncle Claudius, the brother of the late king. Claudius was now wearing his father's crown, so Hamlet was really down in the dumps. They were all trying to talk him out of it.
If we put this on in class, I want to play Hamlet.
Kelly, you cannot play Hamlet. You're a girl.
Glad you noticed. Haven't you ever heard of women's lib? Women can do anything they want now, and maybe even do it better.
If that's the case, then I'll play the king.
In your dreams.
I can imagine myself as the king. You can do anything in your imagination.
Well, you do have quite an imagination. But seriously, who could play the king? I bet Lori could.
Yeah, in her dreams.
How is it that the clouds still hang on you?
Not so, my lord. I am too much in the sun.
Good Hamlet, cast thy nighted color off, and let thine eye look like a friend on Denmark. Do not forever with thy veiled lids seek for thy noble father in the dust. Thou knowest 'tis common that all that lives must die, passing through nature to eternity.
Aye, madam, it is common.
If it be, why seems it so particular with thee?
Seems, madam? Nay, it is. I know not seems. 'Tis not alone my inky cloak, good mother, nor customary suits of solemn black, nor windy suspiration of forced breath, no, nor the fruitful river in the eye, nor the dejected behavior of the visage, together with all forms, moods, shapes of grief, that can denote me truly. These indeed seem, for they are the actions that a man might play, but I have that within which passes show, these but the trappings and the suits of woe.
'Tis sweet and commendable in your nature, Hamlet, to give these morning duties to your father. But you must know, your father lost a father. That father lost his, in the survivor bound in filial obligation for some term, to do obsequious sorrow. But to persevere in obstinate condolement is of course of impious stubbornness, 'tis unmanly grief. It shows a will most incorrect to heaven, a heart unfortified, a mind impatient, an understanding simple unschooled. We pray you throw to earth this unprevailing woe, and think of us as a father, for let the world take note. You are the most immediate to our throne, and with no less nobility of love than that which dearest father bears his son, do I impart towards you. For your intent in going back to school in Wittenberg, it is our most retrograde to our desire, and we beseech you, bend you, to remain here in the cheer and comfort of our eye, our chiefest courtier, cousin, and our son.
Let not thy mother lose her prayers, Hamlet. I pray thee stay with us. Go not to Wittenberg.
I shall in all my best obey you, madam.
Come away.
Oh, that this too sullied flesh would melt, thaw, and resolve itself into a dew, or that the everlasting had not fixed his cannon against self-slaughter. Oh God, God, how weary, stale, flat, and unprofitable seem to me all the uses of this world. Fie on it all, fie! 'Tis an unweeded garden that grows to seed. Things rank and gross in nature possesseth merely, that it should come to this. But 2 months dead? Nay, not so much, not 2. So excellent a king that was to this Hyperion to his satyr, so loving to my mother, that he might not be teemed the winds of heaven, visit her face too roughly. Heaven and earth must I remember. Why, she would hang on him as if increase of appetite had grown by what it fed on, and yet within a month Let me not think on it. Frailty, thy name is woman.
When is that pizza guy gonna get here?
He should have been here a half an hour ago. I'll go call him again.
I can't study without pizza. The two, they just go together.
Wasn't Hamlet in love with Ophelia?
Yeah, but that made it worse. That wasn't going well either.
It wasn't really his fault because Ophelia's father thought that since Hamlet was a prince, he couldn't be too serious about Ophelia and that she would wind up getting hurt. So he kept trying to persuade her to forget about Hamlet and find someone else. So Hamlet wasn't having any luck at all.
Isn't that when the ghost comes in?
Yeah, Hamlet had heard reports that the ghosts of his father were stalking the battlements of the castle at midnight. So Hamlet and his friends, Horatio and Marcellus, go there to see if it is true.
The air bites shrewdly. It is very cold.
It is a nipping and an eager air.
What hour now?
I think it lacks of 12.
No, it is struck.
Indeed, I heard it not. Look, my lord, it comes!
Angels and ministers of grace defend us. Be thou a spirit of health, or a goblin damned. Bring with the airs from heaven, or blast from hell. Be thy intents wicked, or charitable. Thou comest in such a questionable shape that I will speak to thee. I'll call thee Hamlet, King, Father, Royal Dane. Oh, answer me.
If that is you, to go away with it, as with some impartment, did desire, to you alone.
Look with what courteous action it waves you to more removed ground, but do not go with it.
No, by no means.
It will not speak, then I will follow it.
Do not, my lord.
Why? What should be the fear? I do not set my life at a pin's feet. And for my soul, what could it do to that? Being a thing immortal as itself. It waves me forth again. I will follow it.
You shall not go, my lord.
Hold off your hands.
Be ruled, you shall not go.
Unhand me, gentlemen, or I'll make a ghost of thee who hinders me. I say away. Go on. I'll follow thee.
I am thy father's spirit, doomed for a certain term to walk the night, for the day confined to fast and fires, to the foul crimes done in my days of nature, are burnt and purged away. But that I am forbid to tell the secrets of my prison house. I could a tale unfold whose lightest word would harrow up thy soul, freeze thy young blood, make thy two eyes like stars start from their spheres, thy knotted and combined locks to part, and each particular hair to stand on end like quills upon the fearful porpentine. But this eternal blazon must not be to ears of flesh and blood. List, list, oh list, if thou didst ever thy dear father love, revenge his foul and most unnatural murder.
Murder?
Murder most foul, as in the best it is, but this most foul, strange, and unnatural.
Haste me to know it, that I, with wings as swift as meditation, or thoughts of love, may sweep to my revenge.
'Tis given out that, sleeping in my orchard, a serpent stung me, so the whole ear of Denmark was by a forged process of my death, rankly abused. But know, thou noble youth, the serpent that did sting thy father's life, now wears his crown.
Oh, my prophetic soul. My uncle?
Adieu, 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 remember me.
He waxes desperate with imagination. Let's follow. 'Tis not fit thus to obey him.
Have after. To what issue will this come?
Something's rotten in the state of Denmark.
When's the pizza man coming? By the way, I hope you guys ordered pepperoni.
I'd go crazy if I had an experience like Hamlet.
I'm gonna go crazy if I don't get some pepperoni pizza soon.
Well, that's almost what happened. Hamlet was afraid that he would lose control of himself now that he knew about the murder. So that Claudius might suspect that Hamlet knew about the crime. So Hamlet pretended to be out to lunch. That way, if he gave himself away, nobody would pay any attention to him.
Speaking of lunch, when's that pizza guy gonna get here?
I think out to lunch means he pretended to be crazy.
Why doesn't she just speak English? She's as bad as Shakespeare.
Oh, God of mercy.
Do you know me, my lord?
Excellent, well, you are a fishmonger.
Not I, my lord.
Then I would you were so honest a man.
Honest, my lord?
Aye, sir, to be honest, as this world goes, is to be one man picked out of 10,000.
That is true, my lord.
For if the sun breed maggots in a dead dog, being a good kissing carrion, have you a daughter?
I have, my lord.
Do not let her walk out of the sun. Conception is a blessing. But as your daughter may conceive, friend, look to it.
How you say by that? Still harping on my daughter. Yet he knew me not at first. How you say I was a fishmonger? Ah, he's far gone, far gone. And truly in my youth I've suffered much extremity for love, very near this. I'll speak to him again. What dost thou read, my lord?
Words. Words. Words.
What is the matter, my lord?
Between who?
I mean the matter that you read, my lord.
Slander, sir. For the satirical rogue says here that old men have gray beards, that their faces are wrinkled, their eyes are purging thick amber and plum tree gum, and they have a plentiful lack of wit, together with most weak hands. All wit, sir, though I most powerfully and potently believe, yet I hold it not honesty to have it thus set down. For you yourself, sir, should be as old as I am if, like a crab, you could go backward.
Though this be madness, there's a method in it.
It's about time you got here. I thought I was going to have a food attack.
That'll be 1875.
Don't we get anything off for a late delivery?
How about a tip?
I'll give you a tip.
Good.
My tip to you next time is to get here on time.
What are you babes doing anyway?
We have a test on Hamlet tomorrow.
Hamlet? Isn't that Shakespeare dude? Boring.
If you call spooks, murders, and mayhems boring, then it's boring.
You can hang out here if you want.
Who has the next part?
I do. Polonius was convinced that Hamlet had gone mad because of Ophelia, but the king wasn't as easily fooled, so he had Hamlet spied on.
Hamlet was sure in a mess.
Yes, he was. He even considered killing himself.
That's my favorite part. Let me read it for you. To be or not to be? That is the question.
To be or not to be? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing end them. To die, to sleep, no more, and by a sleep to say we end the heartache and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished. To die, to sleep, perchance to dream. Ah, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come, when we have shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contumely, the pangs of despised love, the law's delay, the insolence of office, and the spurns of time that patient merit of the unworthy takes, when he himself might his quietus make with a bare bodkin? Who would fardels bear, to grunt and sweat under a weary life, but that the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country, from whose bourne no traveler returns, puzzles the will, and makes us rather bear those ills we have, than to fly to others we not know of. Thus, conscience does make cowards of us all, and thus the native hue of resolution is sicklied o'er with the pale cast of thought, and enterprises of great pitch and moment. With this regard, the currents turn away, and lose the name of action. Soft now, the fair Ophelia, nymph in thy horizons, be all my sins remembered.
Good, my lord. How does your honor for this many a day?
I humbly thank you. Well?
My lord, I have remembrances of yours that I have longed to redeliver. I pray you now, receive them.
No, not I. I never gave you aught.
My honored lord, you know right well you did, and with them words of so sweet breath composed, as made these things more rich, their perfume lost. Take these again for to thee noble bind. Rich gifts, wax poor, when givers prove unkind. There, my lord.
Are you honest?
My lord,
Are you fair?
what means your lordship?
That if you be honest and fair, your honesty should admit no discourse to your beauty.
Could beauty, my lord, have better conference than with honesty?
Aye, truly, for the power of beauty will sooner transform honesty from what it is to be bawd, than the force of honesty can translate beauty into his likeness. This was sometime a paradox, but now the time gives it proof. I did love you once.
Indeed, my lord, you made me believe so.
You should have not believed me. I loved you not.
I was the more deceived.
Get thee to a nunnery. Why wouldst thou be a breeder of sinners? I am myself indifferent honest, but yet I could accuse me of such things that it were better my mother had not borne me. I am very proud, revengeful, ambitious, with more offenses at my beck than I have thoughts to put them in, imagination to give them shape, or time to act them in. What should such fellows as I do crawling between the earth and heaven? We are errant knaves all. Believe none of us. Where's your father?
At home, my lord.
Let the doors be shut upon him, that he may play the fool nowhere but in his own house. Farewell.
Oh, help him, sweet heaven.
I have heard of your paintings well enough. God hath given you one face, and you make yourselves another. You jig and amble, and you lisp. You nickname God's creatures, and make your wantonness your ignorance. Go to. I'll no more on't. It hath made me mad. I'll say we'll have no more marriage. Those that are already married, all but one, shall live. The rest shall keep as they are. To a nunnery go.
Oh, what a noble mind is here o'erthrown. The courtier's, soldier's, scholar's eye, tongue, sword. The expectancy and rose of the fair estate, the glass of fashion and the mold of form, the observed of all observers, quite down. And I of ladies, most deject and wretched, that suck the honey of his mystic vows, now see that noble and most sylvan reason, like sweet bells jangled out of time and harsh, that unmatched form and feature of blown youth, blasted with ecstasy. Oh, woe is me, to have seen what I have seen, see what I see.
What happened to all the pizza?
You're the only one eating it. No one would dare.
You're not even supposed to be here.
Come on, girls. We gotta get back to work or we'll be here all night.
Hamlet was no dummy. To prove the king guilty of the murder of his father, Hamlet came up with a brilliant scheme. He decided to put on a play that had a plot almost identical to his father's murder. And in this way, he thought he could test Claudius's reaction and thereby trick him into revealing himself.
Did it work?
Yeah, he was so shook up when he saw the play that he got up and left before it was over.
Ah, my excellent good friends, how dost thou, Guildenstern? Ah, Rosencrantz, how do you both?
As the indifferent children of the earth.
Happy in that we are not over happy. On Fortune's cap we are not the very button.
Nor the soles of her shoes?
Neither, my lord.
What news?
None, my lord, but that the world's grown honest.
Then doomsday is near, but your news is not true. Let me question more in particular. What have you, my good friends, that fortune sends you to prison hither?
Prison, my lord?
Denmark's a prison.
Then is the world one?
A goodly one in which there are many confines, wards, and dungeons. Denmark being one of the worst.
We think not so, my lord.
Why then, 'tis none to you, for there is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. To me it is a prison. Oh God, I could be bound in a nutshell and count myself king of infinite space, were it not that I have bad dreams. But in the beaten way of friendship, what make you at Elsinore?
To visit you, my lord. No other occasion.
Were you not sent for? Is it a free visitation? Is it your own inclining? Come, come, deal justly with me. Come, come, nay speak.
What shall we say, my lord?
Why, anything, but to the purpose. You were sent for, and there's a kind of confession in your looks which your modesties have not yet craft enough to color. I know the good king and queen have sent for you.
To what end, my lord?
That you must teach me. But let me conjure you by the rights of our fellowship, by the constancy of our youth, by the obligation of our ever-preserved love.
What say you?
Nay, then, I have an eye for you. If you love me, hold not off.
My lord, we were sent for.
What a piece of work is man! How noble in reason, how infinite in faculties, in form and moving, how express and admirable, in action, how like an angel, in apprehension, how like a god, the beauty of the world, the paragon of animals. And yet to me, what is this quintessence of dust? Man delights me not, nor woman neither. Though by your smiling you seem to say so.
There is no such stuff in my thoughts.
Why did you laugh when I said man delights me not?
To think, my lord, if you delight not in man, what Lenten entertainment the players shall receive from you? We come to them on the way, and hither are they coming to offer you service.
What players are they?
Even those you will want to take such delight in, the tragedians of the city.
Do they hold the same estimation as when I was in the city? Are they so followed?
No, indeed they are not.
How comes it? Do they grow rusty? I have heard that guilty creatures sitting at a play have, by the very cunning of the scene, been struck so to the soul that presently they have proclaimed their malefactions. For murder, though it have no tongue, will speak with most miraculous organ. I'll have these players play something like the murder of my father before mine uncle. I'll observe his looks. I'll tent him to the quick. If it do blench, I know my course. The play is the thing wherein I'll catch the conscience of the king.
You know, I really feel sorry for Hamlet.
I did too until I read the next scene.
Why? What happened?
He really had a vicious streak in him. Up to this time, he was really a victim of this whole tragedy. But then he decides to kill the king to avenge his father's murder. He comes upon the king while he is praying.
Is rank. It smells to heaven. It hath the primal eldest curse upon it, a brother's murder. Pray, can I not, though inclination be as sharp as will. My stronger guilt defeats my strong intent, and like a man to double business bound, I stand in pause where I shall first begin, and both neglect. What if this cursed hand were thicker than itself with brother's blood? Is there not rain enough in the sweet heavens to wash it white as snow? Whereto serves mercy but to confront the visage of offense? And what's in prayer but this twofold force, to be forestalled or we come to fall, or parted being down? Then I look up. My fault is past, but oh, what form of prayer can serve my turn? Forgive me, my foul murder. That cannot be, since I am still possessed of those effects for which I did the murder. My crown, my own ambition, and my queen. May one be pardoned and retain the offense?
Now might I do it, pet. Now he is a praying, and now I'll do it. And so he goes to heaven. And so am I avenged. That is scam. A villain kills my father, and for that I, his sole son, to this same villain, sent to heaven? Why, this is higher in salary, not revenge. took my father grossly, full of bread, with all his crimes broad blown, as flush as May. And how his audit stands, who knows, save heaven? But in our circumstances and course of thought, 'tis heavy with him. And so, am I then revenged to take him in the purging of his soul when he is fit and seasoned for his passage? No. Up, sword, and know thou a more horrid hint. When he is drunk, asleep, or in his rage, or in the incestuous pleasure of his bed, at game, a swearing, or about some act that has no relish of salvation in it. Then trip him, so that his heels may kick at heaven, and so that his soul may be as damned and black as hell. Where to it goes, my mother stays. This physic but prolongs thy sickly days.
My words fly up, my thoughts remain below. Words without thoughts never have a will.
That Hamlet was a cool dude.
I thought this was boring.
I like it in English a lot better.
It is in English, dummy.
Well, you know what I mean.
Why didn't Hamlet tell his mom about the murder? She didn't know, did she?
No. So he finally went to her room to tell her about the whole mess.
That was a big mistake.
Now you're an expert. Why don't you tell us about it, Mr. English expert?
Yeah, the old lady probably built someone.
Can I go on? When he got to his mother's room, that sneaky Polonius was hiding behind the curtain, spying on them.
He will come straight. Look you lay home to him. Tell him his pranks have been too broad to bear with, and that your grace has screened and stood between much he and him. I'll silence me even here. Pray you be round with him.
Mother! Mother! I warrant you, fear me not. Withdraw, I hear him coming.
Now, Mother, what's the matter?
Hamlet, thou hast thy father much offended.
Mother, you have my father much offended.
Come, come, you answer with an idle tongue.
Go, go, you answer with a wicked tongue.
Why, how now, Hamlet?
What's the matter now, Mother?
Hamlet, have you forgotten me?
No, by the rood, not so. You are the queen, your husband's brother's wife, and would it were not so, you are my mother.
Nay, then I shall set those cheetahs speak.
Come, come, sit you down. You shall not budge.
What wilt thou do? Thou wilt not murder me. Help, ho!
What? Ho, help. How now? A rat? Dead for a ducat. Dead. Oh!
Oh, me! What hast thou done?
Nay, I know not. Is it the king?
Oh, what a rash and bloody deed this is.
A bloody deed? Almost as bad, good mother, as kill a king and marry his brother.
As kill a king?
Aye, lady, 'twas my word. Thou wretched, rash, intruding fool, farewell.
Hamlet finally gets over the idea of killing the king, but the king is now convinced that Hamlet knows about the murder, so he sends him to England to do away with him.
Poor Hamlet. I don't think they have pizza in England.
What about Ophelia when she finds out that her father is dead because of Hamlet?
She goes nuts and drowns herself in the river.
What did Hamlet think of that?
Well, he didn't know, remember? He was on a ship bound for England, but he managed to escape and returned home. He found out about the death of Ophelia by chance. He and Horatio happened to be walking through the cemetery on the very day that she was to be buried.
Is she to be buried in Christian burial as she willfully seeks her own salvation?
I tell thee she is. Therefore make her grave straight. The coroner has saved on her, and makes it Christian burial.
How can that be, unless she drowned herself in her own defense?
Why, 'tis found so.
Give me leave. Here stands the water. Good. Here stands the man. Good. If the man goes to this water and drown himself, it is. Willy-nilly. He goes. Mark you that. But if the water come to him and drown him, he drowns not himself. Therefore, he is not guilty of his own death. Shorten not his own life.
But is this law?
Ah, Mary, it's the crowner's quest law.
Will you have the truth on it? If this had not been a gentlewoman, she should have been buried out of Christian burial.
Come, my spade, there is no ancient gentleman but gardeners, ditchers, and grave makers. They hold up Adam's profession.
Was he a gentleman?
He was the first that ever bore arms.
Why, he had none.
What, art a heathen? How dost thou understand the scripture? The scripture says that Adam dig. Could he dig without arms? I'll put another question to thee. If you answerest me not to the purpose, confess thyself.
Go to.
What is he that builds stronger than either the mason, the shipwright, or the carpenter?
The gallows maker, for that frame outlives 1,000 tenants.
Cudgel my brains no more about it, for your dull ass will not mend its pace without beating. And when you are asked the question, next, say, a grave maker. The house he makes will last till doomsday.
Has this fellow no feeling of his business? Sings in grave making. What man dost thou dig it for?
For no man, sir.
Well, what woman then?
For no woman either.
Well, who's to be buried in it?
Someone who was once a woman, but rest her soul, she's dead.
How long hast thou been a grave maker?
Of all the days of the year, I came to it that day our last King Hamlet overcame Fortinbras.
How long is that since?
Cannot you tell that? Every fool can tell that. It was that very day that young Hamlet was born. He that is mad and sent to England.
Why was he sent to England?
Why? Because he was mad. He shall recover his wits there. Or if he does not, 'tis no great matter there.
Why?
'Twill not be seen in him there. There men are as mad as he.
How long will a man lie in the earth till he rots?
Here's a skull that lay in the earth 23 years.
Whose is it?
Well, whose do you think it is?
Nay, I know not.
Well, sir, this same skull was your skull, the king's jester.
This?
Even so.
Let me see. Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio, a fellow of infinite jest, of most excellent fancy. He hath borne me on his back 1,000 times. And now, how abhorred in my imagination it is. My gorge rises at it. Here hung those lips that I have kissed I know not how oft. Where be your jigs now, your gambols, your songs, your flashes of merriment that were wont to set the table on a roar? Not one now to mock your own grinning. Quite Champlain? Now get you to my lady's chamber and tell her. Let her paint an inch thick to this favor. She must come. Make her laugh at that. Prithee, Horatio, tell me one thing.
What's that, my lord?
Dost thou think Alexander looked o'er this fashion in the earth?
Even so.
And smelt so? Ha!
I can't wait to find out how it ends.
You're not going to like it. Hamlet didn't know it, but the brother of Ophelia was out to get him. A fencing match was arranged.
I'd bet on Hamlet.
You'd lose because it was fixed.
That's right, I heard about this part. Hamlet thought it was just going to be a friendly match, but the king and Laertes thought differently. They were going to kill Hamlet by poisoning the tip of Laertes' sword.
And for double added insurance, the king put poison in Hamlet's wineglass.
shall be like a star in the darkest night.
You mock me, sir.
No, by this hand.
Give them the foils, young Osric. Cousin Hamlet, you know the wager?
Very well, my lord. Your grace has laid the odds on the weaker side.
I do not fear it. I have seen you both. But since he is bettered, we have therefore odds.
This is too heavy. Let me see another.
Ah, this likes me well. These foils have all the length. Aye, my good lord.
Stay. Give me drink. Hamlet, this pearl is thine. Here's to thy health. Give him the cup.
I'll play this bout first. Come.
Our son shall win.
He's fat and scant of breath.
Another hit! What say you? A touch, I do confess.
Here, Hamlet, take my napkin, rub thy brows. The queen carouses to thy fortune, Hamlet.
Good man.
Gertrude, do not drink.
I will, my lord. I pray you pardon me.
It is the poison cup. It is too late.
I dare not drink yet, madam. By and by.
Come, let me wipe thy face.
My lord, I'll hit him now. It's almost against my conscience.
Nothing, either way.
Look to the queen there. Oh! They bleed on both sides. How is it, my lord?
How is it, Laertes?
Why, as a woodcock to my own springe, Osric, I am justly killed with my own treachery.
How does the queen?
She swoons to see them bleed.
No, no, the drink, the drink.
Oh, my dear Hamlet! The drink! The drink! I've been poisoned!
Oh, villainy. Oh, treachery. Seek it out.
It is here, Hamlet. Hamlet, thou art slain. No medicine in the world can do thee good. In thee there is not half an hour's life. The treacherous instrument is in thy hand. Unabated and envenomed, the foul practice hath turned itself on me. Lo, here I lie, never to rise again. Thy mother's poisoned. I can no more. The king's to blame.
The point in venom too, and venom to thy work.
Oh! Treason! Treason! Treason!
Horatio, I am dead. And in this harsh world, draw thy breath in pain to tell my story.
Now cracks a noble heart. Good night, sweet prince, and a flight of angels sing thee to thy rest. Let four captains bear Hamlet like a soldier to the stage, for he was likely, had he been put on, to have proved most royal, and for his passage, the soldier's music and the rite of war, speak loudly for him. Take up the bodies, such a sight as this.
Such a sight as this becomes the field, but here shows much in miss. Go, bid the soldiers shoot.
Hey, wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
Thank you.